If your eyesight isn't very good and you're thinking about getting LASIK surgery, then this video is for you. I wanted to share my experience of getting LASIK surgery in Japan, and this is something I decided to do quite on the whim because I was in Korea at the time and my partner suggested it because it is quite cheap in comparison to Europe. So I went ahead and did some research, and instead of doing it in Korea, I did it in Japan because first of all, I was staying there longer, and second of all, I have a Japanese passport, so I can easily do it here because I don't think you can easily find a place that they take foreigners to do it, but I'm not sure. Maybe there are. I've been having contact lenses and glasses for many years, since I can remember. I was 12 or so. And unfortunately, I cannot wear contact lenses anymore, at least soft ones, because my eyes dry out very fast after 2 hours. They get so dry that when I blink, the contact lenses sometimes even fall out. So the majority of the time I'm using glasses. I was using glasses, and it was just a little bit in the way because when I'm working, I need my glasses, and I cannot use contacts because I wasn't able to focus very close. And when I'm using the motorbike, I need contacts to drive. So it was always a hassle of every day putting them on, taking them off, switching, and so on. I did my research and I checked for options in Germany, the Netherlands, Japan, and Korea. And in the end, I found that to do both eyes was almost the same price as to do one eye in the Netherlands. So it was quite clear that if I have the opportunity, I should take it here and now. I found a good clinic in Tokyo in Shinjuku area, so I decided to have a consultation appointment and asked them all the questions that I had, and it went pretty smoothly. The first consultation appointment took around 2.5 hours. They did many different kind of tests. They had around 7 different machines that measure your eye, the curve, your eyesight of course, and things like that. And then we had a consultation with a doctor to tell me what are the risks and which kind of surgery actually is the best for my eye type. Now they told me that my eye had a very thick cornea, which is really good for LASIK surgery. So I was able to have the option to do ICL or LASIK, and in the end, because my eyesight isn't so bad, it was -2.5 and -2.25. So in that case, they said that LASIK would be a good option for me, so I did that. And within the LASIK, they also have different options for the level of quality. So for example, she explained it that the laser of the cornea of the eye, the cheaper option is to have the first flap lasered in quite bigger circles, but then there are gaps in between, so you cannot very clearly peel the layer off, and it causes more risk for having halo light glare. And the more expensive option was to have a lot of small laser dots, so the peeling is easier and the healing is actually better. Of course, since they're my eyes, I went for the best option, and I paid 264,000 yen, which converts to roughly around 1,500 euros for both eyes. So I was very happy with that, and I paid on the first appointment, and I had my schedule for the surgery around a week later. The price may sound a little bit expensive, but you have to think of it in a way, especially if you're around your 20s. This is a lifelong investment, so I would definitely choose this any day over having to pay for contact lenses and glasses for the rest of my life. And another thing that they explained to me is that as you age, your eyesight, that when you see, I think it's called farsightedness or close-sightedness, I don't know. When you look close, it will anyway get worse as you age, but the chances of your eyesight getting worse that you cannot see further away is much less. So at least you'll have one of your eyesights good for many years to come. And the thing about LASIK is that if you have a thick cornea like me, and let's say 20 years down the line your eyesight is starting to get worse again, you can redo the surgery, which is really great because you have another chance to fix your eyesight again. The surgery itself I was very nervous for because I'm used to touching my eye for the contact lens, of course, but having surgery is a completely different thing. But it was pretty smooth. I went first and they check your eyesight once again, and before the surgery itself or before the first consultation appointment, you're not allowed to wear contacts for at least 7 days, because when you have contacts in, it can actually change the shape of your eyeball. So I took my contacts out and I didn't have them before the appointment, and then they did a last eye check for my eyesight and the shape and everything. And they also told me that I have quite a dry eye, which tells me why my contact lens always was falling out. But after that, we did some numbing, so they gave you eye drops, and the procedure itself was only 15 minutes. It was very fast for both eyes, and it was really interesting because first they lay you down with one machine, and of course they have these tools to like pry your eye open, which is not so comfortable. But they have the first laser, they remove the peel, you have to stand up and go to the next machine, and there they have the laser that corrects your eyesight. At least this is what I understood. Now, this was more intense, I would say, and there are some times where you cannot see anymore, so it's a bit intimidating, but it went by super fast and there was no pain at all, which I was really happy about. You just feel kind of at some point I felt like I was in an alien probe, because you only have like one eye that you can see from at a time, and then they're like kind of like cleaning your eyeball and like putting water on it. So it was really weird, but the procedure was really quick and painless. I rested for around 10 to 15 minutes with continuous eye drops after that. And they gave me 3 different kind of eye drops after. It was one sterilization, which I used also one day before the surgery. Second one was anti-inflammatory for the healing, and the third one was for moisture. Now, before they told me I have dry eye, but after the surgery you do really feel how dry it can get. And the main differences that I noticed was that at night when you look at lights, there is quite a glare, or it's quite bright, especially in the sunlight. When you are outside, of course, you have to wear sunglasses for at least, well, they recommend for LASIK 6 months after, but not to have direct sunlight for the first 2 weeks is very important for your eyes. So I was wearing a hat or sunglasses. And basically when your eye has direct sunlight, you can feel it. And it's not a pleasant feeling, so I highly recommend to have a hat, because sunglasses you can still feel a little bit of the sunlight. So that was interesting. After the surgery, they also require to do some checkups. So one day after, you go in and they check your eyesight, and 1 week after as well. Now it's been 2 weeks since my surgery. I can see perfectly everything, but the moment after, you can already see everything. After the painkillers wore off, it was actually a burning sensation for a good 30 minutes where I was like closing my eyes because it was very painful. And of course they give you some eye drops to have in case it is very painful, but it was not really like I'm dying painful, so I didn't use them. I just closed my eyes and then waited. I was on the train home, and the rest was pretty good. I'm still getting used to the light at night. I think you're not allowed to drive for at least a month afterwards. That was the recommendation. Luckily I'm not driving, so it's good. But yeah, overall I'm very happy with it. It's been really amazing. I just don't have any more things on my face, like, yeah, that I need to always think about, oh, contacts or glasses, and especially if you have worse eyesight, I would highly recommend it. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's totally not tattoo related, but thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!